Tio, get ready. I'm going to come at my best, and you better be ready for it.
Joe Rogan recently surprised the boxing world with a strong statement about Shakur Stevenson. He said Shakur may be the best defensive boxer the sport has seen since Floyd Mayweather retired.
His fucking defense was incredible.
Yeah, defense, and he stayed. And that guy was putting the guy from Golden Boy, I can't remember his name, who he fought, but was just a good fighter and was really pressuring him. And Shakur stayed in the pocket.
Yeah.
He stayed in the pocket.
He also
Because
said
people
he's
were
not gonna
calling him a
fight that
runner
way
before.
anymore.
He's not a runner, yeah.
But he said after that fight, I'm not going to fight that way anymore. He said I took too many shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he wanted to like put on a show and show everybody he's not just a runner. He could stand in the pocket. But then he's like, why am I doing this? I'll box the shit out of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
The podcast star spoke very clearly about Shakur Stevenson's upcoming fight with Teofimo Lopez. He said the fighter from Newark has all the skills needed to break down the current champion step by step. Rogan was especially impressed by Stevenson's ability to avoid punches, saying Lopez will likely be swinging at air most of the night instead of landing clean hits. This strong praise from one of the most powerful voices in combat sports has made fans even more excited. Many now see this fight as one of the biggest and most exciting lightweight matchups in recent years.
Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive. He's very explosive, man.
Abel Sanchez shared a serious warning before the fight, raising a fear that worries every promoter. The respected trainer said the much-hyped matchup could turn into a slow, technical battle that makes casual fans lose interest and check their phones instead of watching. Sanchez explained that the fight depends on whether Lopez fights like a true attacker and keeps the pressure on during the later rounds. If Lopez does not stay aggressive, Sanchez believes both fighters may become too careful, turning an exciting fight into something that feels more like a practice match.
Shakur's a great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him, but I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you and he wants to counter punch. He's gonna have to be a different guy this time. He's gonna have to attack. He's gonna have to be leading the fight, or else it's gonna be a boring fight. I don't think it'll be a boring fight, but if he sits back and waits for Shakur's gonna wait for him, then it's not gonna be exciting. But I think Teofimo will attack. I think Teofimo has to attack. I think Teofimo has to do what Zepeda did, except for Teofimo's a lot more talented than Zepeda was.
Oiki Foster shares interesting insight from his real experience sparring with Stevenson inside the ring. He describes Stevenson as a fighter who performs at his best when he feels stronger and more athletic than the opponent in front of him. In those moments, his confidence and skills rise to their highest level. Foster also points out a weakness that appears when Stevenson cannot rely on being the more physical fighter. He sees Lopez as someone who could cancel out Stevenson's usual advantages by matching or even surpassing him physically. On top of that, Lopez carries real one-punch power in his backhand, which forces Stevenson to stay alert and defend at all times.
My opinion on him and Tio?
Yeah, do you think he beats him? Because essentially, if he beats him, I assume he would probably stay at 140 then.
Nah, styles make fights. I don't know. I don't really see. I think that's a bad style matchup for Shakur.
Really? You're like the 10th person that's told me this. I kid you not. Like, it's just because I know the obvious people will be like, Shakur's undefeated. He's a defensive fighter. Tio's kind of struggled with the boxer, but I just talked to someone again today. Like, everyone favors kind of like Tio for some reason, just from what I've talked to. So why is that? Because you sparred Shakur, and I guess you would know better. So I mean,
Shakur, he likes to be the most athletic guy in the ring. When he's not, he has problems. Shakur kinda, he's a right-hander fighting out of southpaw stance. So when you meet guys like that's athleticism that fight with their strong hand in the back, you're gonna have to rely on more than just your jab and the rangefinder. You know what I mean? Like, you tell me, do he got a solid left hand?
I mean, I haven't been punched.
You seen him throw it. You seen him throw it, but you've never seen him hurt or knock nobody out with it. So I just think when you meet certain guys, that's why I say the style. You meet certain guys, you're gonna have to rely on both of them things, both of them hands. You know what I mean? And I just think it's a bad style matchup for him. I see Teofimo beating.
Zab Judah gave the boldest prediction of all before fight night. The former Brooklyn champion, who has fought many times at Madison Square Garden, believes the fight could be one-sided. He clearly thinks Stevenson will control Lopez from the first bell to the last round. Even though Judah admits Lopez has real talent, he strongly believes Stevenson's wide range of skills will be too smart and too complex for the champion to figure out.
But I said this before. I said it a long time ago with Teo and when they was making the match before. Teo's a good fighter, but this type of style Teo possesses, you're gonna break him up. You're gonna break him up. You can't beat what you can't hit. You can't. This shit is impossible. That boy ain't nothing to fuck around with.
Right.
Poor boy, he's something out of the Matrix Part 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. He you know what I'm saying? He pulling away and hit you with, well, come on. I'm loving him. He's dope. I mean, I always spoke highly of him. Always. Mm-hmm. From Newark, I've been knowing him from a kid. I've been hearing about him and knowing about him. I know his granddaddy. I know him. They solid people. Solid. You know what I mean? He perfects his skill, perfect his craft. He come from good stock. What can I say, man? The boy is, he don't got no kind of mental issues where he go in and out and you know what I'm saying? Like, he right there. He on you. He on breakdown destruction mode. That's it.
James Toney gave a very detailed prediction, like someone carefully studying fight footage. The Hall of Famer believes Lopez could stop Stevenson late in the fight, especially if it goes into the championship rounds when both fighters start to feel tired. Toney's view is based on size and strength, and what happens after many hard rounds. He thinks Lopez is simply bigger and more physical, which will be hard for Stevenson to handle over all 12 rounds. Even though he respects both fighters' skills, Toney believes physical strength often decides close fights at the highest level.
Teo won't beat him.
Teo won't.
Teo will.
Teo will beat him.
Yeah, man, come on, dog. Dude has been sitting around on news. They said I never had no footwork. My footwork, I've learned more than you ever learned, dog. I forgot more than you ever learned. You know what I'm saying? Man, see, I'm not gonna get into this childish thing today. So I don't want to talk about a little clown.
Bro, I didn't know that he was.
Look, I met sitting by him one time. When he said he gonna fight Tank, and I guess he got mad because I said Tank will win because Tank is strong and maybe faster than he is. And he all been hot in his panties, and it is what it is. So I'm just saying, dog, watch your mouth with me, dog. I can play.
Lamont Roach Jr. recently moved up to the super lightweight division and fought Isaac Cruz to a controversial draw in his first fight at that weight. While speaking on the Ring Champs podcast, the former super featherweight champion backed Stevenson to win clearly because of his higher boxing IQ. Roach does not believe Lopez thinks at the same level in the ring. He pointed to Lopez's tough fight with Sandor Martin as proof that skilled boxers can confuse him when they do not fight his way. Roach also mentioned Lopez's surprise loss to George Kambosos Jr., saying it shows Lopez can lose focus and break down mentally at key moments.
He a little cuckoo too, like he has like a little mental lapses every once in a while.
So who do you think wins that fight between him and Teofimo Lopez if they fight?
I think Shakur wins. And I don't think it's going to be like a super tough fight either. His IQ will frustrate him.
Don't you think Teo has also good ring IQ and also is slick, fast?
I think explosive? So, but when you look at Teo's performances against guys that are just pure boxers, it's just like he almost lost to Sandor Martin. Some people thought he lost to Sandor Martin.
He did beat Loma, who's arguably at the time considered one of the best in the world.
He did, and that was a hell of a performance too. A hell of a performance too. So yeah, I mean, I think he's hit or miss. You got to think he got stuff. He a little cuckoo too. Like he has like a little mental lapses every once in a while. Look at the Kambosos fight. Like that's a fight that people would never expect Kambosos to win. And he won a grueling match against him as well. So I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like, cause it's gonna be just a skill match. I don't think he's gonna try to rough Shakur off, and it's probably not.
Shawn Porter carefully explained why he sees this fight as a true 50-50 matchup. On paper, he believes both fighters are so evenly skilled that it is hard to pick a clear winner. His biggest worry is Lopez's inconsistency, which has shown up many times during his career. Porter admits that when Lopez is at his best, he looks scary and strong enough to beat anyone in the division. But he also says there is another side of Lopez, where he struggles to adjust when his plan fails or seems mentally off, leading to performances that do not match his true talent.
Rumor has it, it's coming, but we got Shakur versus Teo.
Okay.
I gotta get your opinion on that one.
It's just, it's so hard, man. On Teo's best day, he's kind of unstoppable. I don't know if it's that he gets in his own way. I don't know if it's that he doesn't adjust well. I'm really not sure what it is, but we've seen flaws in his game. We haven't seen any flaws in Shakur's game. Everyone would say his offense is his flaw because he's not offensive enough and stuff like that. Just get out of here. The kid's beautiful. When he gets in the ring, beautiful. When he gets out of the ring, that smile don't change at all, you know? And, so that being said, man, I think with Shakur, you got to be able to rough him up. You got to be able to get out of the way of what's coming after you rough him up. And one thing that I really like about Teo is his explosiveness. You know, he has the ability to just be on top of you and be unpredictable. If he's using that, it's gonna be a great fight. But at the moment, I would say 60-40 for Shakur.
Mikey Garcia pointed out what he sees as the biggest question in the fight, agreeing with concerns about Lopez's consistency. He talked about the huge difference between the Lopez who clearly beat fighters like Vasyl Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, and the Lopez who struggled against opponents he should have handled easily. Because of that unpredictability, Garcia says it is very hard to make a confident prediction, even with his deep boxing knowledge. He also mentioned Lopez's size advantage, explaining that Lopez has spent more time at super lightweight and has built his body for this weight.
Great matchup, tough fight. I want to see what Teofimo shows up because sometimes it's Teofimo, sometimes it's Teofimo, the great fighter who beat Lomachenko, who beat Taylor. That's a tough Teofimo. But then we've also seen him, in off nights.
Right.
And so that's kind of the only doubt, the only question that I have. Which Teofimo's going to show up.
What do you think he has to do to kind of deal with a guy like Shakur Stevenson? How would you approach a fighter like Shakur Stevenson if you were Teofimo Lopez with the attributes that he has?
I would think Teofimo, being that technically he's a bigger fighter, bigger size. He's been at the weight class a little more, and then just maybe built into it more. I would think he would have to use that, size as an advantage. But it's hard to say because, Shakur Stevenson good at what he does.
Richardson Hitchens gave one of the strongest predictions from a current fighter. The IBF super lightweight champion believes Stevenson will win so clearly that there will be no more debate about who is better. He says Stevenson's defense is on a level Lopez has not faced since moving up in weight. While Hitchens respects Lopez's skills, he feels there is a clear gap that will show once the punches start flying. He also warned that focusing too much on defense can sometimes give aggressive counterpunchers chances to land big shots.
If Teo was to win, what does he got to do? He has the championship belt. Shakur has to take that from him, right?
Right.
So if Teo was to win, what would he have to do to get that? What are some of the keys to victory to beat a fighter like Shakur, not just Shakur?
I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it.
All right. Fair enough.
Teo's been doing his whole life, so
yeah.
I think he's training with Mike Tyson, old trainer. I heard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So. I forgot the guy's name. I know his name, but it's
Ronnie Shields?
Not Ronnie Shields.
Okay.
But Stacey McKinley, I think.
Stacey McKinley. Okay.
Is that the guy?
I think sure.
But they said they have a game plan. They said they know how they're gonna beat Shakur. We'll see, man. Teofimo's a tremendous fighter at the end of the day. I gotta give ultimate respect to him because he is one of the most decorated young fighters in the sport today. And it's not gonna be an easy task for Shakur, but I just feel like Shakur, when it comes to boxing, Teofimo's not better than him. So it is what it is.
Oscar de la Hoya shared his thoughts from his unique view as both a former champion and a top promoter, giving a careful look at the big challenge Lopez faces. He praised both fighters but highlighted how extremely hard it is to break through Stevenson's defense. De La Hoya said that if anyone in the division has the skills to solve this puzzle, it might be Lopez. He was especially impressed that Stevenson often stands in front of opponents instead of just moving away, which could give Lopez chances to land big punches. While he wasn't sure if those openings would really happen, De La Hoya predicted a great fight, noting that Stevenson's defensive style makes him very hard to hit consistently.
That's going to be a great... You know what, Teo's a hell of a fighter. I love Teo, but I love Shakur. His style is almost impossible to break. But if there's a fighter who can break it, it's Teo. But it's going to be a hell of a fight because I love Shakur because he doesn't run. He's right there in front of you. So it's up to Teo to do something, but I think it's going to be a great fight. Great fight for boxing.
Oscar Valdez gives one of the most important views because he has faced Stevenson up close. When Valdez fought Stevenson in 2022, many thought he could give Stevenson his first loss. Instead, Stevenson dominated all 12 rounds and even scored a knockdown in the 6th, showing total control. The judges' scorecards showed he won in every part of the fight. From that tough lesson, Valdez gives advice for Lopez. He says staying mentally strong is the most important thing to survive and possibly win against Stevenson. Stevenson's style frustrates opponents, and giving in to that anger has ruined many fighters. Valdez stresses that Lopez must fully follow his corner's strategy and stick to it with complete focus, whether it's the original plan or any changes needed during the fight.
To go off paper, I would say Shakur Stevenson, but I would hate to say that because I can see Teofimo Lopez doing the opposite. And then it's going to be like, I thought, Oscar Valdez thought Shakur was going to win and Teofimo won. He was like, no. I think Teofimo Lopez, it's a 50-50 fight in my opinion. Because, Teofimo's been proving it before. And I got to emphasize this, if someone can pull it off, it's definitely Teofimo Lopez. If Teofimo Lopez doesn't do it, I don't see who's going to beat Shakur Stevenson. I don't see another fighter who will beat him. I know I said Pitbull, I think because I gave Pitbull came with some problems. But I wouldn't see no one else beat him unless Shakur Stevenson goes to 147, and then he's obligated to have some competition with I don't know, Ben Conner and all the other welterweights who are
Brian Norman Jr. gives another view based on his own recent experience. Known as the Assassin 2, he lost his first career fight when Devin Haney outboxed him to win the WBO welterweight title. That loss brought big changes to his camp, including the hard choice to move on without his father as his lead trainer. Looking back, Norman sees the Lopez versus Stevenson fight in a way that values mental strength above all else. He picks Stevenson, saying his win comes from strong focus and discipline. Stevenson doesn't get distracted by the crowd or media, and unlike some fighters who worry about looking flashy or pleasing fans, he stays completely focused on the most important goal, winning the fight no matter the style.
Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, end of this month. What you think, man? How you see that, man? Give me the expert breakdown, man.
I think that's gonna be a wonderful fight, to be real with you, but I feel like Shakur gonna pull it off. And the reason being is because of discipline. Like you look at Shakur as a whole, he don't care about getting booed. He don't care about anything like that. He care about winning. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Look, y'all looking at him, ready to watch him fight again versus Teofimo. But no matter what, who hand was raised. So I feel like Shakur gonna get that. And Teo, I ain't trying to take nothing from him. I feel like he's a great fighter as well, very athletic, very talented, and skillful as well. But I just feel like the patience of Shakur is what's gonna do it. Not necessarily anything, I won't say anything else at all, just straight up patience of Shakur. He don't mind just stealing you off on one and just moving. He don't mind. Yeah. And I feel like that's gonna make Teofimo more eager and overzealous. He was trying to force it. Yeah. So I think that's where Shakur will try to take advantage. Shakur may be on trying to be on some pressure stuff. Like you seen, yeah, you seen. So maybe he trying to prove a point as well. So it's really a toss-up, but for the most part, leaning towards Shakur.
What do you think about this fight? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Music? If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more boxing content.